What's up, y'all? How you doing?
Well, folks, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, however you're watching Spoon TV. We are live here in the conference room of the ruling coalition for democratic change, where a constituent member of the ruling party is about to reaffirm its commitment to the coalition. The LPDP will on today sign the coalition document here at the headquarters of the ruling coalition for democratic change. So executive members of the parties are here. Chairman Baba Malu, Chairman Baba Malu is the chairman of the ruling coalition for democratic change in the Congress for democratic change respectively. And Honorable Mose Wakoli is the chairman of the Liberian People Democratic Party (LPDP) of Honorable Alex Tade. So the agreement will be signed in a moment here in the conference hall of the CDC. Honorable Mosewa Koli is flanked by officials of the LPDP, Honorable Alex Rangida County Senator, the Liberia Airport Authority, the boss is here to sign on behalf of the LPDP. LPDP. So the ruling coalition for democratic change will seal activities surrounding the signing of its agreement. The General Minister, Madam Wilhelmina Pisoseditai, officials, members of the ruling party are here. As you may be aware that the signing ceremony has been delayed before the nomination program of the president. This should have been done, but it did not happen due to some factors best known to the CDC. So the National Patriotic Party (NPP) signed on yesterday to the document. The party was represented by Vice President Joel Howard Taylor. My name is Trokon Flammer. I'm here at the CDC headquarters in Monrovia, where one of the constituent parties of the ruling coalition for democratic change, the CDC, will be officially signing, reaffirming its commitment to the agreement, reaffirming its commitment to the agreement. So this is it. LPDP is fully represented by Honorable Mose Wakoli. Honorable Koli is the chairman of the party. The party's political leader, Honorable Alex Tade, is not here. Members of the LPDP, they are here. Here they are. They will reaffirm their signatures to the agreement that will take them to October. So, in a jiffy, this ceremony will commence here at the headquarters of the ruling coalition for democratic change. So this is it. Chairman. So the LPDP is highly represented by officials, youth leaders. Aside from the political leaders, executive members of the LPDP are here. So all we can say that the coalition is gradually taking shape. On yesterday, the vice president signed the commitment, the agreement, and today the LPDP will reaffirm that commitment for another 6 years, take them through elections and all of that. So in a moment, we will, this initiative will start. The CDC has been working assiduously to make sure that this happens. The party chairman is here. This is the chairman of the party, flanked in by the youth leader of the Liberian People Democratic Party, the LPDP. Political leader is Honorable Alex Jenekai Tyler. Alex Tyler. So in the moment, we are here this morning in the conference room of the ruling coalition for democratic change. So the Congress for Democratic Change and the National Patriotic Party yesterday signed the agreement, and today is the LPDP are going to sign this agreement. So we are waiting to see what will happen in a moment. So this is on TV. We're live here at the headquarters of the CDC in Congo Town. So they're waiting for the arrival of Vice President Joel Howard Taylor here, and she will reaffirm the National Patriotic Party's commitment to this framework, framework document. She will say agreement, yeah, agreement. Chairman Moba K. Molu, LPDB chairman. So as we move along, scores of supporters, Star Wars, and members of the parties are here. So see what will happen. So the NPP has already signed. The NPP signed onto this document yesterday. For those who are not aware, the NPP are going to sign. They are already done their part. They did sign yesterday, and today the LPDP gonna sign. But we have not seen the political leader, Honorable Alex Tyler, who a few days ago expressed dissatisfaction over the foreign manner in which the coalition has been leading the country, and he also flagged some issues about some members of his party being intimidated, ostracized, and marginalized by the Congress for Democratic Change. So he took it back, according to him. Was not going to put pen to paper. As far as he was concerned, there's no coalition document. It expired in October of last year. So here they are, and I think they are waiting the arrival of Her Excellency Madam Swakoko. Yeah, yesterday it was unbelievable. We did not see the chairman of the NPP to sign. Honorable James Barney did not sign. So we are expecting the arrival of Her Excellency Vice President Vice President Joel Howard Taylor arrives in a hall here this pleasant morning, going to reaffirm her commitment to the agreement of the ruling coalition for democratic change. Well, folks, there we go on the podium for this program, for this ceremony. So this will officially start the headquarters. So the vice president is here. This is it. Consultation ongoing. So we are waiting in the moment to see what could start. Vice President Joel Howard Taylor, Vice President Joel Howard Taylor, National Patriotic Party, Honorable Mobake Molu Jr. is the chairman Congress for Democratic Change, and Honorable Mose Wakoli is the chairman of the LPDP. But the LPDP, Alex Tata isn't present. Circumstances leading to his absence are known here. So here we are.
All right, so we'll thank you for where's Pizzo? Start with prayer. Okay, so let's take it from there.
So
Welcome to everybody. Madam Vice Chair, Madam Vice Canavera, is the chairman of LPDP. I'm a chair of the coalition. We are gathering here today for a singular purpose, and I know that you will expound on it. I just want to say thank you to everybody who's here today and welcome. And we will move directly to the high table. Move on with the program.
All right, thank you to Minister Wilhelmina Pizzo Senator for the welcome statement. We'd like to welcome all of you in addition to the headquarters of the CDC, especially the presence of our illustrious Vice Standard Bearer, who is on par to being a vice running mate to another successful election this year. And that's the prerogative of the president. So that's it's an assumption that is based on what I think will unravel when the president makes that decision. And so with that said, with that said, so with that said, we met. Yeah. We need one seat for the Secretary General of the NPP. So with that said, we had gathered yesterday for similar purpose, but that was a signing ceremony between or that included the CDC, that is the Congress for Democratic Change, and the National Patriotic Party. And LPDP had to go to a executive committee sitting to derive a consensus to participate in the process. So now that they've done that with the full authorization of the executive committee of the LPDP, the three parties have come to this meeting to sign the coalition primary document as a basis to go into 2023 elections as a united front. And so, with the presence of the Vice Senator of the coalition, I'd like to turn the floor over to her now, and she will take it from there and lead the process of consummating this document to move forward. On the Vice President.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning to everyone. About 5.5 or so years ago, we gathered to do a similar thing. After discussions at the National Executive Committee level of 3 of the original constituent parties, we decided we'll come together and form a coalition. And as the Vice Chair for the MPP always says, we're forming a coalition to form a government. And thankfully, we formed that process and we're able to win this election. Mr. Speaker, thank you. And we're able to win the 2017 elections. And I always said we went against a ruling party that had might and strength and power and resources. But when God says this is your time, nothing can stop it. And so with our finances, because I know how we struggle to get simple things, God gave us an opportunity to win. Today we come back to do a similar thing, to bind the three parties together for another 6 years. In spite of our challenges, in spite of all of the things that have happened over the past few years, I am still of the belief, and I believe the leadership and the National Executive Committee of all of these three parties are of the highest belief that President George Manneh Weah will be given a second term. My hope is that we'll go into these elections and we'll win on the first round. You cannot be a sitting government and you go to second round. So, Mr. Chairman, the arrangement that we held for 5 years ended in November. And because of all of the necessary collaborations and different things that we needed, consultations, we are here today. The three parties remain fully engaged with this process. I think Saturday was a defining moment for all of us to know that God is in what we are doing. And we should also fully take it from Saturday into the Saturday after the elections, when we have won these elections by the grace of God. I want to use this platform to just encourage all of us. It's not a time to talk about old stories. It's not a time to complain. We have a job ahead. Because with everything that we have, if we do not win the election, then we are way back at the back of the bus. And then what you think your challenges are now will be even worse. We must remain fully engaged with this process and give our all. The chairman is aware of some of the challenges they've been put in the agreement. I hope everybody had a chance to read it, because we have made certain decisions that will bind the three parties together a little bit closely in the administrative structure and in the other structure, so that we are engaged in the next round. There should be opportunities for dispute resolutions, so that we don't get to where we got to the point where everybody felt a little bit frustrated. I think the party structure didn't come together the way it should have, and everybody went about doing their own thing. In the end, the three parties were somehow split. The next 6 years will be critical. We need to ensure that the president's mandate is not just winning an election, it's fulfilling our promises to the people of this nation. There were many promises made. Thankfully, our government is in good footing. And I will say it here, I will say it anywhere. The government has done much work, much in all of the sectors. And as I travel around the country, I was more pleased to find out that the noise is right in Barovia. But I don't think we should get involved in answering all these people. It's just a waste of time. Let's keep our eyes focused on the prize. Let's continue to work in our communities. Those who are from different parts of the country, go there and help us, so that we'll win massively. We saw the signs across the country on Saturday. Each county bringing its people together to say, yes, we are still here. Is there work to be done? Yes. The young people still have more demands. And so we have to ensure that in the next round, because I am sure we will win, a lot of things will be done to give people empowerment. If your people are empowered, whether it's by business or it's by whatever else we come up with, because government cannot hire everybody. And that's where we have kept our eyes. And I think we should shift our eyes. There's a lot happening in the agriculture sector. If you talk to the MPP, every time we have a meeting, I remind them, get 100 acres of land, let's plant coffee, let's plant cocoa, even pepper, we plant pepper, get people. We have to find other ways to empower ourselves and not keep thinking that everything has to come to government, or else government will get really overburdened, which we are now. There are many other opportunities at the different ministries and agencies. We have to seek those opportunities out, so that we can release the president to bring those on board who can do what is necessary for government so that we too can find a way to empower ourselves. Over the last few years, I've started my cocoa farm. So myself looking for empowerment after. You can't stay in government forever. There'll be a time you have to get out and let other people come in. What will you have? Many of the older people leave government in 2 years. When you see this, that they never worked in government before because they don't prepare for the future. Everybody has to go. There's land everywhere across the country. Let's start looking for it. There are many grants that the international community has given. Grants are free money to help you start your farm. Not take out the coastal and the tie, get to the soil. Then that way the day CDC say, oh, we need money for this. Everybody will come and bring their own. If you're not contributing, you can't make noise. Because the party needs a lot of support in the next few years going forward. I want to encourage you to remain focused on our task. It's not for us. The motto of the MPP says, above all else, the people. So it's not us that are in government. It's the others that are on the sidelines looking for opportunities. So, Mr. Chairman, I want to thank you for being persistent and resilient in spite of all the talk. Sometimes I would text you and say, hey, Oma, lead that thing. I said, no, you can't leave anything with damage for tomorrow. Because some of the noise when you hear, you don't even know what to say. Let's remain committed, like you said, let's remain resilient. Let's go out there and give the president a one-round victory. Are you ready? Based on that, Mr. Chairman, we are happy to be a part of the official signing ceremony of all of the three parties to consummate the coalition framework document. We hope when the president arrives, since everybody seems to be in town yet, we'll have a small meeting, officially turning it over to him so that our work can begin. What we hope to see is that the administrative structures and the other things that are in this document can go into effect almost immediately, which will be your responsibility. So every party sees itself in the process, in the decisions, in the discussions. I think when we are all part and parcel of what's happening, you don't have as much noise. Because we all sit to the table and we say, this is what we want. You can't come tomorrow and say, oh, it's not like that. So I just want to encourage you. I want to thank God for you. I think the CDC has not made a mistake in having you remain chairman of the coalition over the last, I don't know how many years. I see you in the trenches. I see you in many places moving around. And I know how hard you work. I know how hard you encourage. How hard you encourage all of us, even when somebody getting depressed when they see you, you got to get involved. So let me say thank you for all the work that you have done. Let me say thank you to the coalition and all of the affiliate parties for proving that we are indeed a ruling party. Because when you're a ruling party, you can't do what the other people do. So we are happy to be here today to finally consummate this document so that when the president arrives tomorrow, we will be able to have a meeting where we can all officially turn it over to him and then ask for the support that we need to put the structures in place so that we can go out, each of us, to win these elections. Thank you so very much.
So we will turn the platform to the chairman of the LPDP, Chief Moses Colley.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Your Excellency, Madam Vice President, Honorable Speaker, Mr. Chairman, officials of the Grand Coalition for Democratic Change. We are glad to be here this morning. Mr. Chairman, we made a history a few years back since 1985. Charlie Alpha just tell me that. Yeah. You're welcome, Charlie Alpha. Since 1985, when multi-party democracy was introduced into Liberia, many parties have tried to form a coalition. It did not work. We have made a history in this country. made a great history. We subordinated our personal interest to that of the nation's interest. And that's how we came together. I'm saying that to say that when we organized the LPDP, we were aiming at going for the presidency. When the NPP was organized, they were aiming at going to the presidency. That's why the Congress for Democratic Change. So when we decided to come together, we knew obviously that one person would be left off. That one person will be president and the other one will be vice president. So it clearly demonstrated that indeed we had interest in the nation. Having said that, Mr. Chairman, we have come today as a party, the Liberia Democratic Party, to recommit ourselves. We have come because the framework that we put together and we designated then Senator, now President Weah, as our leader. We believe in him. We are convinced that he has ably performed. We are convinced that he can still lead us for another 6 years.
Abandon!
So, Mr. Chairman and Madam Vice President and Vice Senate Bureau of the Coalition, we have come to prove to the Liberian people that the LPDP, through the National Executive Committee, have decided to recommit itself to the Coalition for Democratic Change. We are prepared as a party, we are prepared as political militants to go throughout the length and breadth of this country to ensure that President Weah is re-elected for the second term. And let me say this to the opposition bloc. We are a mature party. This coalition is a mature coalition. There will be issues. As mortal beings, there will be issues always. But our ability to resolve those issues is what matters. And we have the capacity. We have the capacity, Mr. Chairman, to ensure that peace reigns within this coalition. We will hold together, like the VP said, we are going to go one round. So we have come to demonstrate our political will through the mandate of the NEC by affixing our signature on the coalition document today. So that when His Excellency returns today, he is going to meet a positive breaking news that the coalition is once more back together. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
We want to express profoundest gratitude to Her Excellency Joel Howard Taylor, Vice President of the Republic of Liberia and the standard bearer of the People's-Based National Patriotic Party, and all the members and the top echelon hierarchy of the MPP for the demonstrably effective commitment to this coalition process. We want to also express gratitude to Chief Moses Colley, and by extension to Speaker Tyler, and the leadership of the Liberia People's Democratic Party for generating total majority of the executive committee to commit to this process. Our confidence is upheld. Our confidence is accelerated by the tripartite unity that has been demonstrated here today. And we want to, on behalf of the President, recommit ourselves to a leadership of the coalition by consensus and to ensure a scrupulous implementation of this document about to be signed. As already reiterated by the Vice President, there's no perfect system of governance under heaven. Every human institution has a set of challenges. Even whilst we acknowledge those challenges in the coalition, yet we are the most competent, we are the most robust, and we have established history as the best political superstructure in the history of this country. So we want to let all of us know our commitment to ensuring that this document will be upheld should be assured to all of us. This CDC going to election, we campaign as one superstructure. We will not see Congress for Democratic Change separately from the NPP or from the LPDP. We see one party, one coalition structure. That's why in yesterday's meeting, the Vice President helped me reiterate this message of due payment. We have to pay dues. You see the power of dues. We had a program here a few weeks back to pay dues to our party, and that enabled us as a leadership to put up billboards for the Just Ended program, to print 200,000 t-shirts or more for the Just Ended program. So that's 700,000 that was raised in pledges and kind, in pledges and cash, went a long way in strengthening the coalition with Democratic Change. So let us develop the habit of paying dues. And once this due process is accelerated, we can assure you that the three parties will be equal beneficiaries of whatever the party will generate for campaign process. Give you the assurance. And so I'm just so glad today that the three parties remain united. The president on his return will be happy to receive this good news. So we want to use this time to send a message to the different layers of the party and the different structural layers of different constituencies, be it county, be it district or zones. The party is united at the top. That unity must be reflective at every level of the party, be it villages, be it towns, be it cities. We are united. Any seed of division will not be countenanced or encouraged. So let's maintain this unity with God above. His Excellency George Manuel Weah's re-election victory in the first round is guaranteed through hard work, through strategy, and through unity. So thank you very much. I'd like now to ask all of us to get ourselves ready for the signing process of the document, and hence the presence of the Vice Standard Bearer. We turn it over to her to lead that process. They will be followed by all subsequently all the other parties who are supposed to be signatories to the document. And the Vice President, the document is now right before you.
Okay.
Where is the ball pen point? The ball point pen, where is it? Who got it? Okay. Okay, good.
Today was it?
The 8th.
$1 million for each page. pages. Okay, can't give my period. $1 million for each page. Now you got $1 US.
We'll pay out dues.
Now you got number two. What? You can trust my word. They will not pass. MPP Secretary General and then Honorable Moluba. Pass it, man. You want to sing that season was singing in MPP headquarters? SG Sang.
You will stand to say, Eji Sani.
Andrew, Andrew, Mama, look, my phone. Andrew, Mama, my phone, I'm my son, you son,
So the signing ceremony is currently ongoing. The Secretary General of the National Patriotic Party now is signing. Chairman Moba Molu is now signing. So the signing ceremony is ongoing. Chairman Moba Molu is flanked by the Vice President Joel Howard Taylor. So the sanitary one is ongoing. Executive members of the CDC. Sorry, English. CDC framework document. Okay. So Moses Wakoli is the chairman of the LPDP will officially sign it. So the CDC, the continuation of the signing exercise is ongoing. Here, Honorable Moses Wakoli is the chairman of the LPDP. So the ceremony is ongoing. Three separate documents. SG is signed.